How's it going, guys? Back with another stream today. Going to change the Stoneblade list just slightly in the sideboard. Now that the modern Super Q, the PTQ just happened, I guess Dredge won. So I think the top 8, if I remember correctly, was Dredge, Blue White Spirits, or some spirits. I don't know if it was banned to Blue White. I'm assuming it's Blue White. Oops All Spells, and Ad Nauseum. And against Oops and Dredge, I felt like Pithing Needle was kind of aiming towards more on the Belcher side of the Oops All Spells combo. So I think Pithing Needle is something that we can take out of the sideboard now that I think Oops All Spells is kind of showing that result, so people are going to kind of gravitate towards that. And since both Dredge and Oops had ley lines in the sideboard, I think Nihil Spell Bombs are going to be a little less useful. I'm going to have the Spell Bomb main because I really like the Spell Bomb here. But in the sideboard, we're going to go with the Soulgate Lantern. And the reason for that is with Leyline and Sanctity, you can't target them. So, like, you literally can't exile the graveyard. But because this targets your opponent, but Soulgate Lantern, it just exiles each opponent's graveyard, and I think that text is very, very relevant. We kind of lose out on the value of exiling a graveyard and drawing a card, which is why I still kind of want the Spellbomb main. But once we see the Leylines postboard, I think we want the 2 Soulgate Lanterns. So I swapped my 1 Hill Spellbomb for a Soul Guide and cut the Pithing Needle for a second copy. And that's pretty much it. I think it's like Ad Nauseum and Oops. I think the Eidolon Rhetoric is still going to be very, very good. I think Spirits is still a positive matchup, especially if it's blue white and it doesn't have the green for Collected Company. I haven't seen the list, but if people start playing that version more, I still really like the Decays over the Trophies. If Ray gets Ad Nauseum, I think the Decays are better because it can hit Unlife without having to ramp them. But against Belcher specifically, Trophy would be better because you can store in a land. That being said, I think I still like the Decays because the meta everything else should be kind of relatively the same. There's nothing I really want a trophy per se. I think the Caterpillars are going to be fantastic, just against like Belcher and stuff. I think Galactique's still going to be very, very good. Linval is still for the Heliod matchups. I think that is still pretty popular online. Oh, it's getting more popular now. I think that deck is still well positioned. So yeah, let's get the ball rolling. We have an early stream. For those who are watching this on YouTube, this is 3 hours before kickoff, so I'm hoping to finish this league before they start the playoff game here. Moto has been very, very, very laggy for me. It's actually not that bad today, but like it's been pretty horrendous. I don't know if it's been impacting anyone else. Dredge winning is pretty interesting, and the meta. So I was trying to like scour Twitter and stuff, and like the top 4 is Oops, or sorry, Dredge, Spirits, Oops, and Ad Nauseum, which is very interesting because there's no blue decks, which hopefully means there's less blue decks online. I mean, there's I think arguably less blue decks just because the price barrier to play that deck online is just so high. But I think even more so now, hopefully there's less because it didn't win the PTQ. I think if it won the PTQ, we would just see an exponential more amount of blue online. But having that kind of diverse top 8 with Dredge and Spirits is kind of a cool finalist. And then Oops and Ad Nauseum is kind of a lot of combo. So there's a lot of combo, but like it's kind of been like that. I think that's the meta's been kind of more combo heavy in the past like month-ish. So yeah, but it was kind of slow. So we have Thoughtseize and the Tarmogoyf from the two removal spells. This is like the ideal hand. And play around Blood Moon if for some reason we're against a Blood Moon deck, right? So let's just Thoughtseize here. So we're against Storm. Interesting. Since we can get under this for mana, I kind of want to just take this Metamorphose here. It's the most powerful card. Like, this Glyph's just going to win us the game here. Hopefully they don't top deck Bolt. Yeah, so I'm going to take Metamorphose. Because we can get under this remand. I think for on the draw, I would take the remand. But on the play, I think we can take this, especially with the Tarmogoyf in hand, we can just take this Metamorphose. I think that's just the most powerful card. We just get under this remand. Like, this remand is just essentially dead, assuming they don't have a Bolt. Spiral Canal, so I'm going to hold up Opt. Another Tarmogoyf. So hopefully they don't have Bolt here. Because this is kind of awkward because, like, we want our white source, right? Theoretically, so then we want to get Temple Guard in here to cast this Tarmogoyf. But to get the land in the graveyard, like, I could just go Overgrown Tomb to play on Bolt. But they have to draw exactly Bolt to get punished here. They can also just opt, and then the next turn they can bowl, and then we just play Tarmogoyf too. So I think we just play into the bolt if they have it. So they cast opt. I also think Storm is well positioned too. I remember like Storm would be very, very tier 1. Like I would run into it like almost every league. It's definitely a fun matchup. And a lot of people say like BJX is favorite, and there's this argument where I think against when it's BJX versus Storm, I think it's really pilot dependent. If you have a very, very strong Storm opponent, then I think the Storm player is actually favored in this matchup. But if the Storm player is bad and the BJX player is bad, I think it's just a toss up. Like maybe the BJX player is just better or just better positioned. It just depends. But I really do think this matchup is very pilot dependent. Like if your Storm player is just bad and your BJX player is just average, then it's like I think. But I guess you can say that for a lot of other matchups. But I feel like a bad Tron player is gonna be Jund, right? But like, I think this is a very pilot dependent matchup that people are like kind of assuming that the BJX player is just favored, which I disagree with. Sword is an interesting draw. I kind of don't want to die here. So we're going to just attack. And then just not let them get value of this remand. I just don't want to tap out either. Because they have the Ritual and Past in Flame, so they have like all the tools to win. So... Okay. And they're probably just hoping this remand hits here, which is going to be very fantastic. If not, that's fine. So we're just going to decay here. I mean, they could probably be able to, if their hand is round up at rituals, they could go off. Yeah, if they go ritual, they can go past and mana. So like, if the last two cards are rituals, they essentially. Well, I guess they would have all the rituals, but then they don't have any way to tutor. So I think they're stuck here. And this is great because now we can play out our Tarmogoyf. So hopefully our best draw here is just to draw another untapped land. MIXUX02, thank you for the follow. Really, really appreciate it. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Let's do that. So we'll just play this Tarmogoyf here. Hopefully they don't have another dork. Okay, it looks like they don't. That's great. So now we can just attack and hold up Decay. Alright, cool. So we just win. Playing that Tarmogoyf the previous turn was risky because we do tap out, but I think we just have to get that clock going. I think that risk is worth it. How's it going, Il Rodeo Sand? Hope you're having a wonderful day. I mean, Eidolons are of an obvious slam dunk. I think Kai's got in the graveyard. It's gonna be nice. I could see an argument for like engineered explosives to handle like empty tokens. Soulguy Lanterns are slam dunk. Teague's a slam dunk. We actually have a pretty decent sideboard here. So like this is the cards that I maybe want. The explosives are kind of a maybe here. The past are kind of an obvious cut. I think we can just probably cut the Snowboard Mystic package. Is that too crazy? Is that crazy? We just need word in all these cards. I can see maybe an argument for like trimming it to get a push here. But like this equipment package just takes up so much slots. It's just easier to cut it. I mean, I can see maybe like we're not if we're attacking like spending a turn just to like Hardcast a sword is just so bad. Like there's never going to be an opportunity for us to play a sword out. I mean, unless you go literally turn 2 Snowboards Mystic. How's it going, Cheesehead SRB? Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Like literally just cutting the Snowboards package is just so clean too. Like I could see maybe cutting like or trimming these pushes more and then having like 2 Stoneforge, 1 sword. Or like maybe trimming this Hex Drinker. Or maybe like these explosives are just too many. But like having it out towards empty is just so good. They could also just not board it empty because I mean if they saw the Triumph, maybe they think we're on Batterskull and then they just don't board it empty and they're just on the Aria plan. In which case, this explosives does deal with that too. So maybe it's just better to have that. Don't you think you will have time to tap off for Lily? Yeah, I can tap out for Lily, but Lily pressures them still. Versus like sword, like casting this on 3 like doesn't do anything. It literally relies on Stoneforge Mystic, and spending our turn to like cast Stoneforge Mystic. It's kind of Stoneforge Mystic is just kind of awkward. Like it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad, but I think it's just arguably our worst package here, right? And like for this sword to be good, we kind of want more Stoneforge Mystic, and just isn't room. I mean, I could be completely wrong. Like I just feel like there has to be a lot for it to go on, for it to kind of be good. I'm hoping they have a dork here. That was a great draw. I think we're gonna bobble ourselves here just to see if we can get any direction. Engineered explosives. That's kind of a good draw. Yeah, I think they want to like get a spam and empty. I think that's how we lose this game. And then it's also an answer to Aria. So I think we keep that on top and Inquisition here. Ooh, gifts and given. That's a gun poisonally. We could just take this Goblin Electromancer and leave them with 2 Metamorphose, and they just don't do anything. I kind of like actually taking this Electromancer here, because even if we have the push, because if we leave him with the Electromancer, we play Tarmogoyf on our turn 2, and then on their turn they can go Electromancer, Metamorphose, and then potentially combo off. Like we literally can't tap out for our turn 2 threat. So if we leave them with the Electromancer, so I kind of like just taking the Electromancer. It's also the most unique card, but I think just following these rules blindly is kind of not great. You kind of want to just explain, like, see why you're taking a certain card, and I think them having this in hand is just very, very threatening. That being said, if they do top deck another cost reducer, then we're kind of screwed anyway. But I think this is the best avenue to play a threat because it forces them to have either a Electromancer or a Brawl off the top. Oh, they have a Remand, or is just gonna? Oh, jeez. Okay, well that's pretty bad. So then they have 2 draws to a cost reducer, and then they can just almost win. Shiver in a Reef. Okay, so they. How's it going, Tiger Lily? Hope you're having a wonderful weekend as well. This is an interesting spot. I think they should be cashing their Metamorphosis though, 100%. They're not. They tank though, which is interesting. TK is a good draw. This Tumbergulch is a big boy too. Man, they really don't want. They're really sandbagging these Metamorphoses. It's really interesting. Okay, now they're cashing it in. Sure. Yeah. It's a good sign for us. They're really looking for that cost reducer, or they could just go for the empty plan, which is good because we just have these explosives. They could also just go for Aria here, which again we have the K now in hand, so it's good for us. Just gifts. Oh, okay, cool. Fine with me. I will let you do this, opponent. I'm assuming they're not on a Blood Moon. Like, I really doubt they are. And even then, like, we don't have any white cards post-board. Like, the only white cards we have are Stoneforge Mystics and Path to Exiles, and we don't have any of those. So, we don't need to... I'll probably actually just... get an Overgrown Tomb... Or I guess it's just free to get the Triumph. But then... I could have gotten an Overgrown Tomb and it would have been fine. So let's just fetch. Because I want to hold up to K2. So let's just do this for 0. Pop this. Attack. Sucks that we can't hold up Kai's Guile, but keeping that explodes on top, which is pretty clutch, I think. Let's just fetch now. This Tarmogoyf just needs to go to distance here. So they're probably going to go end of turn, gifts and give in. Yep. So they have 3 unknown, which is scary. We'll see how good their hand is depending on what they give us. They could also just give us the value gifts, which wouldn't be surprising. I would play the Gao now to avoid a counterspell. I'm thinking about it. I want to see what they're gifting here first. But you're right. That is definitely a line that I am thinking of taking. It really just depends on what they give us. Because, like, if they give us a bunch of... Yeah, if they give us a bunch of, like, value gifts, like, then I can see holding off one more turn. But if they do give us, like, a pile with, like, passive flames, I'm very tempted just to exile now. And they don't. Kind of want to just give them both cost reducers here. Because I don't want to split the cost reducers just because then they can just potentially go off. So I think I just give them both, especially if we have 2 decays and a push in hand. I think we just give them both. Put 2 cards in the graveyard. I put the repeal and the ritual. So they have, we know 3 of the 6 cards. And then we'll see if they even draw a land here. If they draw a land, they could also just go like cost reducer plus hold up gifts. I wouldn't be surprised by that. So before they get priority, I'm going to push this brawl here. Before they get be able to ability to cost reduce 2 spells, right? They could go land and then play like whatever that 3 mana. This, yeah, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. They go 3 mana. Ooh, do I want a Kaya's Guile here? This presents lethal. If I just make them sack land creature. No, I'm 1 short. I can't have them exile the graveyard though. Ooh. But they only have blue. Like we died to repeal here. If they have repeal in hand. So like we could the total greedy line is we can exile the graveyard and make a 1/1. And then decay this. Oh no, that's fine because we just decay this on our turn. So if we go exile their graveyard, make a 1/1. Land creature. So a land, sorcery, artifact, instant creature after this. Yeah. So this is the winning line here. We're gonna make a 1/1 and exile your graveyard. Exile all creatures from the graveyard, make a 1/1 here. So this presents lethal. It also gets rid of all these like win cons here. And if they like remand us here, that's perfect because that means they tap out and then we just win. Oh, they leak. Wow. Okay, well they had the counter spell anyway. Okay. That was a decent draw. Past in Flames. Ooh, so if they draw an untapped land, they win the game. Or a ritual. Yikes. Damn, we're so close. So untapped land means they win. Please draw like a Blood Moon or something. Wait, they played it tapped? What? What? Yeah. Oh, because it's there at one life, duh. Wow, that's really close. Dang, that's crazy. That's crazy. They literally needed an island or a Shivan Wraith. The Steam is actually didn't win because I forgot they had out one life. That's so crazy. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That was a crazy, crazy, crazy game. Cool. Off to a good start though. Beat Storm. That was really, really close. Wow. And that's a matchup where I think Soulgate Lanterns is always a lot worse than Spell One because like we want to be able to draw a card when they exile from the graveyard, and obviously not being able to cantrip is kind of detrimental in that type of matchup. But you get punished there. Oh, this hand is absolutely awful. This hand's good. We kind of need a third land here. Hopefully we can go like Thoughtseize into push into Liliana. Maybe draw a bauble somewhere in between. Oh. This is Hollow One. So I guess we just take one Adept, push the other, and then hopefully we can Liliana minus the Angler away. I think that's fine. I don't know. It's hard to tell, you know. It's kind of hard to tell. Like land, bauble would be a good draw too. Tarmogoyf's is a good draw. I think they're gonna brutality us here. They'll probably go like brutality, discard Bloodghast. But there's no Mox Opal, man. That's the thing. That's the big deal here. I guess there's no Fatal Suiting in this deck either, so you get you're playing underpowered versions of these decks. I think I just hold up push here. I mean, this Angler's scary. We need to hope that this Liliana lines up to them, but that Bloodghast kind of sucks. But we kind of need to. I mean, I guess I could have taken the Angler, and then we could have Liliana this, especially since we're on the play. But yeah, what's your pet deck? Is it like Mardu, or Dredge, or Phoenix? Yeah. So here I'm just gonna push, and then this Brutality doesn't do anything. Yep. Mario Pyro is a pretty good deck. I played it a ton. I always lost to it on Abzan, but I also played a little bit of it too. I'm gonna try them here. Land? Land? Probably one of the worst draws, since it doesn't deal with the Angler here. Hopefully they don't draw land, and then they can just hardcast Gurmag Angler here. Or they don't. They just drop the fetch land. It's fine. I guess they can cast Angler now. And then this Tarmogoyf is actually really small. Maybe I should have taken the Angler with the Thoughtseize. So now that they have the fetch land now. So slow. Damn, we're just gonna lose an Angler. Two bad decks can wait till Y. Feeling got Bando. Yeah, you're paying for like Is It Phoenix's sins, to be honest. But Is It Phoenix was slightly too strong in the context of the meta at that point, right? I mean, it's definitely not, I don't think it's strong now with Blue Soup, but yeah, I can't play Rankling anyway. I think Urza is very underplayed too. Urza is just so powerful. I just don't think there's a good shell that's built right now. I think people are just not deck building in the format. And I keep telling this to people who are like left modern since Uro was printed because like Uro is just so dumb. But I tell people like there's a good Urza deck somewhere. It's just like it just has to show up, you know? Um this Liliana doesn't really do anything, so I think we're just gonna play as Luris. Yeah, we're just gonna play this Luris. We're gonna take another 5, which sucks, but we can like crack back with this Luris. I think the other thing too is we're only looking at online results, obviously, and playing the Thopter combo, excuse me, online is such a pain in the butt. Are they just like flooding out? Really can't. Can they can tap out of their fetch? That'd be great. They're just gonna play another Grimag Angler. That would be worst possible. That's what I'm going to try to do. That's the plan. But I don't think. Oh, Tasker's gross. Hex Drinker. That's not being trophy. Really is costing us here. Don't think we can Veil here because it just bring it back. So I think we just need to get a chump blocker and then try to decay this Bloodghast, I think, and then try to. Yeah. I mean, I could also just decay. I guess I could have decayed plus cling, but then we're in chump block mode at that point. Anyway, I think this line is just better. We could have like decayed the gas and then make them fetch, but then and then cling, but then we'd have to double block Luris and Turbo on these cards, so. I think we have to block like this. Don't think we can chump block with Luris. I think that's just a losing proposition. I guess I should have decayed the Bloodghast. I just clicked through. Gosh darn it. I don't think we're winning this game anyway, though. Because I just bring this Luris back, or this Bloodghast back, and this Lana is just so bad right now. Do we have a chance if they just... Wow. So if we decay 1, we Luris and I see, yeah, we just dead. It's okay. We are just dead. I don't think there's any combination cards we can get out of it, so it's fine. Okay, so we want the Yard Hate, all the Yard Hate, and even more Yard Hate. think the Leon is just straight bad. Probably trim a sword and a Stoneforge Mystic. These decays are also kind of awkward, but I think they're gonna have Blood Moon, right? So maybe it was just correct to Thoughtseize the. But then they bring the Bloodbath and the. But then I guess we could trade with the Adept. Yeah, so I think it was correct to just take the Thoughtseize, knowing that they had the Bloodghast in hand with the Brutality. Yeah, I think that just took the wrong card off the Thoughtseize on turn 1. That should have been I should have just taken the Angler. Like our hand could not answer that Angler essentially. Especially since Angler just exiles cards with Delve, so like the Tarmogoyf doesn't get bigger. Oh well. I think we just keep this like this. Unfortunate. I could also see maybe keeping the sword in. They do have red cards, but sure. We'll see if we just get Blood Moon out here, but I don't think we can play around it. Double Decay is kind of cool. Yep, Adept. Thoughtseize is interesting. But I'm just going to play a Stoneforge Mystic out. We could just get mega damaged here, but I think we have to commit to the board. Get a Batterskull, and then we can go Batterskull plus Thoughtseize next turn if they don't have anything too scary. Maybe I should trim a Hex Drinker. Oh no. Wow. Okay, so they get a Phoenix now. This is a little slow, which sucks. Man. That means we really need to draw another land here so we can Thoughtseize whatever. They're also going to get a Flamewake Phoenix back. Damn, this hand's pretty good by our opponent. Yeah. Get the spy back. So land off the top would be fine. Yeah, so we need to be all in on this Batterskull now, which is unfortunate. And it's just can't get there if their hand is just ass. Hey Rounsley, thank you for the sub. As always appreciate your support. 6 months is a long time. Thank you so much. Let's go Browns, huh? Oh, should have expected that. Should have expected it. Hopefully we can naturally draw a green source here. Yeah, I know, right? That's what everyone's kind of saying. What sucks is we can't attack with this Batterskull either because of this hollow one. So we could naturally just draw. Ooh. 7. I think we take this hit and then we can just crack back. So this germ blocking is just unprofitable. Unless they go cycle, which I don't think they do. So let's just attack with this. Oh, okay, that's a great draw. Let's do this. And pass. Thought you planned so like would be done in time for the game. Yeah, not gonna lie, that is exactly my thought process of why I streamed early. Okay. Browns is the Browns. The thing about it is like I actually really like Juju Smith Schuster, and then he just screwed me in fantasy. So I kind of have a personal vendetta against Juju Smith Schuster now. Oh god. Uh Ooh, okay. So I'm going to wait for them to attack. Okay, they don't have red mana for that, that's fine. Hopefully they attack with all. Okay. So here I'm gonna block this. And then oh, as menace. Jesus. That changes what I wanted. I forgot I had menace. Fuck. Fuck. Damn, that means I have to push this adept here. Fuck. I wanted to kill this Flamewake Phoenix, but I guess... I guess we just have to block this, push this, take 2. I could also just not block, take 6, go to 3, go back up to 7. Maybe not blocking is correct. Yeah, maybe not blocking is correct. We go to 3. And we'll just push this guy. I'm assuming they don't have any other lands here, so if they do, that'd be really bad. But it doesn't seem like it, because they would have just brought up the blood gas. We really need this card draw. Guess we don't want to block here. Go up to 7. Yeah, we don't want to die to bolt. What did you play round 1? I played against Storm and we won 2-0. Yikes. Why would the Packers win too? I want Rodgers to get another ring. I think he deserves it. GG's. I just want teams that haven't been there before make it. So like the Bills, the Browns. I know the Packers have made it, but like Aaron Rodgers has only one Super Bowl, so I'd like to see him win. I don't want the Chiefs to win because I'm a Niners fan, so I'm a little biased. I don't want the Chiefs to lose. I think Mahomes has enough time to win another championship. I think seeing Drew Brees make it would be cool too. I don't want Tom Brady to win another Super Bowl, although it is kind of cool to see him make it this far without Belichick. So I think that's cool. So I think I'm rooting for the Saints. I'm rooting for the Packers, and then I'm rooting for the Bills and the Browns. I think that's my ideal championship weekend next week. I mean, the Browns are just such a laughing stock. Like, I admire fans that have stuck through like the bad times. So like being in the Bay and being a Niners fan, I know I'm supposed to hate the Raiders, but I admire Raiders fans just because they stick through it no matter what. So yeah, but I think people want to see Brady win without Belichick, right? Like get that kind of monkey off his chest kind of situation. I don't know if yeah, because I mean, like if you look at every other franchise, like at least the Lions made the playoffs, like in the 2000s. I think once with like John Kidna. Like the Jets made it with Mark Sanchez, even though Mark Sanchez sucks. Like every team kind of had like that, like oh like we made the playoffs. Like the Bengals made it with Carson Palmer. Like they people like these teams have like shaken it off at least once. Luris, it's a pretty decent hand against Luris, I guess. But that's not the case for the Browns. Like there's like that one year where they had like Braylon Edwards and like I forgot who the quarterback was. Was it Brady Anderson at the time? Like that team, I think at the beginning of the year, I think people had high hopes for. Like it was like 2000, like late 2000s, like sorry, like 2009, I think, 2010. I thought that team was pretty decent with Braylon Edwards, and I think it was Brady Anderson if I remember correctly. But obviously, they just fell flat on their face. They had a good, they had a good tight end and running back at the time too. I don't remember. I'll keep this. Just gonna have 6. That's good. That's a good clean target, I think. Oh, oh, it's a hammer time. Got it. Okay. Well, surprised they didn't upkeep us. Gift plus Paladin. So we have Path for the Paladin here. So I don't think I mind taking the equipment because they can also just lure us back. So I think I just take the gift here. Yeah, it's because once they get the Sea of Shaped gifts online, then they just have. We're just like in chump block mode if they have anything. So my next turn will probably just be Cling the Bauble and then Path upkeep their Paladin if they have it. Okay. Okay. Ornithopter. Okay. So they have one unknown. So I guess I'm gonna bobble them just to see if I do want if I draw a push instead. So let's cling this just to see what we draw. Decay is a good draw. So let's upkeep Path their Paladin. Got a Temple Garden, so we have enough green source for the scavenging use. Year after year, we had only one playoff game since returning to the league, and we lost to Pittsburgh for the third time by 3 points in the first round. Sounds like a very traumatic experience, Jeremy. Sounds like you remember this very vividly. So they could hammer here, but then we just have the decay. So, like, we're actually insulated here. Okay. Hey, Andrew. How's it going, buddy? I think we play defensive for one more turn. I think we Inquisition. Because we also don't want to get hammered. Even if they do get hammered, I guess that's fine. Let's Inquisition first, no matter what. Okay. So I think it's safe to play down this Goyf. Because if they nut draw the hammer, then we take 10 and then we can just decay. So I think we just get the clock down here and just hope to fade one hammer. They'll probably just bring lures to hand, which maybe I should just wait for the Inquisition for them to do that, but they're just like not on the lures plan, apparently. Oh, okay. So maybe I should have held that Inquisition. That was probably a punt on my end. Okay. Damn. Especially with the lures lingering. I guess we just play Scoo's Help Decay. Just attack here. That was just a wasted Inquisition. Hindsight's 2020, I guess. I guess they could have, like... I mean, I guess it was obvious that their hand was just dead. But... Okay. So, that's fine. I would just decay the aid. That's what I was expecting. If that incentivizes you to keep subbing, I will leave that forever. Right? Let's do this. So now they're just, hand is like plains unknown, so they need like either Pierce to Paladin. They draw Pierce to Paladin, that sucks, but... this is why I kind of really like the decay too. Blaris in hand, sure. Sure. That doesn't really do anything. I mean, I guess they could bring in Shadow Sphere, but we really just need to draw a removal spell. Even a discard spell is fine. Still kind of mad at myself about that Inquisition I just threw away, but... What are they tutoring for? So they have Luris in hand now. So it's Luris, whatever they tutor for, and one unknown. And like even like a discard spell would be a good draw here. Any removal spell, decay or push would be fantastic. Cranial plating. Okay, so now they're just trying to raise naturally. Makes sense. Bobble. See what they're gonna draw. Snow covered plains. Sounds good to me. I'm not gonna attack with the skews. There's not another creature in the graveyard. Hopefully we draw something good off this bauble here. So they go plating, go 1, 2, 3, 4 in the air. Or they can go Lurse, we'll exile the aid. I could also just end a turn Cling to get a card, essentially. So we know 3 of the 4 cards, actually. It's Lurse, Plating, Plains. Since they played the Lurus, I think I have to just... If they bauble... I think we just have to exile the aid here with Scavenger Ooze and not Cling. Because if they have a bauble, then they just can bring it back. We can't let that engine go. So plating plus unknown. Yep. Sure. We'll take 5. Oh. Okay. Not a lamp, please. I think we just have to pass and then ender turn Cling a land or something from our opponent. I'm kind of flooding here, unfortunately. They could also just make 1/1s, which is going to be very, very annoying. But we actually, it's going to be very difficult for us to beat this card, actually. I'm so mad that I threw the Inquisition away. That really just is costing us the game here. Like, it just, I could have afforded to wait an extra turn. And that's the thing about these Inquisitions, like, you can cast them too hastily, right? Unfortunate. And that would just, this literally just might cost me the game. No creature in the graveyard either. So the ghost is actually kind of small. Better thinking. I don't know, honestly, their position of just like making 1/1s every turn just isn't bad. Oh no. That is not good. They could just get like Shadow Sphere, yeah. 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 Yeah, they run creative play now. Well, not all lists do, but most of them do. I kind of want to just block here. And then at the end of combat, we can exile this Stoneforge Mystic away. So they don't get any value off the Lurus. And then we can Cling a land or a gift, doesn't matter. Okay, so they have no cards in hand. So we really need a removal spell here. The Luris would actually be fine too. It's kind of land, exile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep all the cards that we could. Bring back with Luris. Okay, that qualifies. Luris. Stoneforge Mystic. It's gonna be interesting. Guess we just get the Batter Skull. And then we can just keep looping Batter Skulls with Stoneforge Mystics. We could also just like get a Sword and Fire and Ice and threaten to attack and kill their stuff. Because I feel like Sword and Fire and Ice is actually forces them into the abyss here. But then we just lose so much equity. Because they just move all their equipment over to one guy. They block. Yeah, maybe. So if I get Sword and Fire and Ice right, they attack with the Stoneforge Mystic. We take it to the chin. We equip Sword and Fire Ice to our own Stoneforge Mystic. We can attack, kill the lure, push this, and make them force with the walk with the Luris. Stoneforge Mystic dies, and then it's Stoneforge Mystic versus our Scavenging Ooze. But then they gain infinite life, like all the life. But then they're in the abyss again. So I think Sword of Fire is actually the better take here, knowing that we have the push in hand. And do we want to play a sword out? Next we're gonna go sword plus equip, hold up, push, and screws. Yeah, let's do this. Oh crap, I fucked up. I shouldn't have played the sword because I wanted to push and eat with skews. I guess it doesn't matter, like, if they... Yeah, I guess no, it does matter if they draw like a paladin or something. God, now we got punished. Because now we need to push this. They're going to put the hammer on this. Or I guess not, it would be another plating. But then they can just bring the Stoneforge Mystic back. God damn it. Oh, but they can. Oh, no, they can. They have enough mana. Damn it. Cheesehead SRB, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I shouldn't have played this sword out. I'm so stupid. Unless they just don't attack. If they don't attack, that'd be fantastic. Oh, of course they attack. I could also just block with the Stoneforge Mystic. I don't think that's a good line. I think we just need to push now. That cost me the game. Just a second punt. That a subtle punt there. We just didn't. I needed to hold up push plus E with skews because now they can just bring it back. Damn it. Oh, they're just gonna hammer now. God damn it. Letting this game slip away. What could help us here? Just removal, I guess. I equip this sword to the Scavenging Ooze and I attack. They chump with a Stoneforge Mystic. So we literally need more removal spell. Like, we need a removal spell, run a runner off the top. Damn. It's also tanking. It's taking a long time. Like, we're taking a lot, and we're ahead on 2 minutes. Wow, Foot Boots. That's a very, very good card. One, two, three. We're one short off clinging to in the graveyard. Yeah, I guess the Sufu, which really didn't matter. Because we're gonna push pussy, and then they just put move everything on the Ornithopter. So we're just dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14. Just dead. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So I think we're just dead if they equip everything to this Ornithopter. We're gonna make them do it. Oh crap! I wanted to eat with Silver. God damn it. Yep. Just. Dolly, stop. Ah. I don't think we would have won that game anyway if I exiled the. I think that last play was just me rushing out of this game. Yeah, just. Yeah, if I held that Inquisition, this game would be a lot different. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. We're in these cards. So these cards are all pretty good here. They have a pretty heavy sideboard against this deck. I don't like the Lilianas. And I think last time I played against this deck on stream, I think I just boarded out the Stoneforge package. Which is kind of awkward. I mean, the Stoneforge Mystic would be nice to have. Yeah, do we just board out the Stoneforge package? We do. I think that's what I did last time. Just clean. Alright, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick and I'll be right back. The caterpillar, the homeboy. Hell yeah. I love the caterpillar. Especially when you can recur with Lurrus. It's just so good in this matchup. If we can get to that point. Hey! Said caterpillar has joined the stream. Our opponent's like reading this card like, what kind of fucking jank are we playing in Modern? Why? Playing a tier 1 deck and we're playing this shitty deck from 2016, you know? This card's pretty cool though. What is it eating? Because like the caterpillar's here, but like what is it eating? What am I drawing, opponent? What am I drawing? But what artifact? It has to be a card, right? It has to be a card that it's referencing. Like the art for Abrupt Decay, I wonder what that is. Oh. Nothing. Okay. You saw land that I'm going to play. So you have no information of what I'm doing. Probably just get Temple Guard and then we can get basics more splats. Attack here. Thanks for the bauble in the graveyard, because now we can place Tarmogoyf. Let's make an aggro deck curving out. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. Just how we drew it up here. Them going basic planes Go is very interesting. Wow. I think I get the swamp. Brought out the Lilianas though. So I think it's more valuable probably get the forest here. Hopefully they play like a paladin or something and then we can destroy them here. No Memnites or Ornithopters though, that'd be great because in this Kaya Skull the sack mode can be relevant here. Prince just playing very slow. I mean, we were playing pretty slow too, but like, I'm on the like more like slower pace of streamers, and our opponent is a lot slower than us. I don't know how long I was in the bathroom for, but oh, interesting. Wow, that's a good draw. No sorcery in the graveyard, so let's just do this. Attack with Tarmogoyf. Think about it though, is 6, so they're bringing a very like reactive hand, Path to Exile, Defense Grid. Luckily we have a pretty proactive hand, as proactive as our deck can be with Lingering Souls. Hey man, the caterpillar instills fear, you know? When they path our 1 drop, That's how you know your one drop is very good when they path it. You know what I mean? That's a good metric, right? What is in their hand? The fact that they are cycling. Okay, sure. Good try. Thoughtseize is a good draw here. Steel Shaper's Gift, Cranial Plating. Okay. So we just take the hammer, essentially. Singathal, Flashback, Lemring Souls. Seems like a good line to me. Check out our aggro deck here. Caterpillar's premier EDH removal. It is. Especially in a Carador deck, which I'm assuming you're on. The Caterpillar bringing back with Carador is absolutely nutty. That's Spore Frog. I love Spore Frog. And just being able to just recur is just fantastic, you know? Absolutely fantastic. Okay. You got a plating. It's just fetch now. I guess I lose value if I draw a bauble. I drew a bubble. Ornithopter. Okay. Six, go to 3. I think it's okay to leave one back, especially with explosives in hand. Explosives roll 1 seems fair. I think it's safer just to leave this untapped. Ooh, let's draw. Your first EDH deck? It's a pretty sweet EDH deck. That's my personal card. Personal general. Ages me, my personal commander. Commander. I like calling them generals. I think generals is always cooler. A cooler phrase than calling them commanders. I think we just run this back. Oh, Carador was in a precon? You know, I never noticed that. I never brought the precon, actually. I actually haven't played Carador until kind of like... Because my original EDH deck was just a mono green Yeva deck. So it was just like mono green, and then you just play creatures at instant speed. So you'd have like ambush vipers and like random cards that like make your opponent really scared to attack into you. It was really, really fun. But then, of course, everyone's like, where's your Abzan EDH deck? So then I played, and then I made Carador because I think it was the most fun because I can recurse Spore Frogs. And I built the deck around Astral Slide. So you'd like Dredge. So it was like a subtle synergy. It's built around Astral Slide and Life of the Loam, where like you want cards in the graveyard for Carador, right? So you have Life from the Loam engine. And then for the Life from the Loam engine, you have Cycling Lands. And then when you have the Cycling Lands, you also just get the value off Astral Slide. And then you just outvalue your opponent with like Eternal Witnesses, your ramp creatures, like all these like ATB effects where you like Astral Slide your own creatures, and then you can also astrate your opponent's creatures if they try to attack you. That's kind of what my Carador deck was built around. It was really cool. It's really fun. Because like you don't do anything, and then like you don't look like a threat because you all have like an Astral Slide in play, and then your opponents are like sending the resources and they have no cards in hand, and you have 7, with like a full graveyard. It's really fun. We are the same person. My fiance just gave me a signed print Life and Alone for my birthday. It's like my favorite card. Which art? There's the original one and then there's the reprinted one, right? Is it the Ravnica one or is it the reprinted one? They're both great arts though. Both great arts. Original. I really like the original one. I think it's by the name slips me. I might be wrong by who am I thinking of. But both of them are great arts though. I really like this art though because it has like that Golgari, like whatever you call it, that tomb or whatever. There you go. Who's it by? Oh, it is by Therese Nelson. I was gonna say. It's great art. Great art. I don't know, it just looks so cool. Like this part right here. It's like that's how I felt about the whole Ravnica set though. Oh, it's a great hand. Like the whole set is just like so good. Like if you just look at all the duels, like I think my favorite is probably Temple Garden. Kiss me. Our opponent's like still taking forever. Somehow just derail this. Like this art right here is just like it's so different because like this is like the temple, right? And then it randomly has like this like just little building off to the side. And it's like, why? But it looks so good. Like it's different. You would think it would just be like very symmetrical and stuff, and this is like not symmetrical at all. And it looks so good. And I think that just exemplifies with like the rest of the art of the set too. It's the lighting, probably. I just got an Arc Fiend of Ifnir print for Christmas. Ah, damn, Seb is me. Seb McKinnon is a great artist also. 100%. They go Ornithopter Pass is interesting. That's a great draw here. So let's just Inquisition, and then we go Inquisition plus Fatal Push the following turn. So I think we're going to take the 2-for-1 here. Yeah, so I think we take the Stoneforge Mystic. Because that's the card that is a 2-for-1 and actually searches for relevant equipment here. I think here we also just sandbag the oh, they also can't cast their Pure Steel Paladin. That's actually really funny. Luris. We really need a third land here. Inkbot Nexus, Pure Steel Paladin, Blinkbot Nexus. I always got the dash. They always gonna ask cards like this, man. Sam McKinnon is a really cool artist. I agree with you. I think here, like we kind of want to just play the threat out. We could Inquisition the Pure Steel Paladin away. I don't think that's where we want to be. I think we would just want to commit to the board a little bit and play this Tarmogoyf. Hopefully they don't draw a white source. This Inquisition does get a lot worse, but then they do have Luris, so like I could also just sandbag this Luris. But getting a third land for this Ashok is going to be very, very good. Okay, they just don't have the white source. Okay. So we're going to Inquisition this Luris away. Yeah, I think we Inquisition the Luris away, and then we can just push the Pure Steel Paladin. The other line is we could also Ashiok here, and then the Luris is like irrelevant. But then the thing is they have a Luris in play, and then we don't have a way to revolt this Fatal Push. Hey, you can derail the stream as much as you want. I don't care. So let's actually see what's going on here. Oh, so they do have the white source. They were sandbagging it. That's interesting. That's an interesting take here. So I think we're going to attack. And then we're just going to get this Triome here and get the extra damage in. Excuse me. secret art is nuts. Yep. Do they have equipment? Push this. So they have Blink Moth Nexus in hand. Yeah, you can just attack me. That's fine. Oh, they're just gonna equip. Sure. Okay, that works too. Soul Guide Lantern. I think we just get this Ash Shock down here. So it shuts off Steel Shaper's Gift and Stoneforge Mystic. Like we just shut the door on them. And then they can attack with 2 Ink Moth, and then it just goes down to 3. So I don't think we activate because the Luris is gone now. So we just want to just shut off their search. And then next we go Lingering Souls. Don't worry, I'm going to look up all these arts after this match. So we will definitely talk about the arts after. Okay. Yeah. If you want to spend your turn attacking this Ashok, that is fine with me. Okay, so they play out that. Okay, that's fair. Because, like, the fact that they have to attack with... They didn't attack with a Memnite? Oh, because they want to block. Oh, they're attacking me? What? Bubble them. Shadow Sphere. I actually don't want them to draw Shadow Sphere. I actually don't want them to draw Shadow Sphere. Yeah, they're definitely on the Infect plan, which is... These Lingering Souls are going to be very, very, very good. So I think we attack. They're going to block with this Memnite. I could also just do this now, and then they'll block. Well, it's a 4/5 with if I don't mill a creature with this Ashok. Yeah, I think let's... I think I have to target them, so then... Because I don't want them to draw the Shadow Sphere, I don't think. So let's attack first. Surprised they didn't attack with this Memnite if they're not going to block here. Okay. So I want them to draw the Shadow Sphere, and then I'm going to play my own Lingering Souls. Hex Drinker. Okay. Hopefully they just have a bunch of Steel Shaper gifts in hand. That would be the best. Yeah, that's why I like Lingering Souls on the sideboard. It just doesn't seem like a main deck card, but like against decks like these specifically, Lingering Souls is fantastic. So it's like people are like kind of shitting on me, but it's like, oh, Lingering Souls isn't a sideboard card, and it's like it's one of those things where you kind of have to break those kind of, you know, sacred cows. It's like Lingering Souls is like, you know, not a sideboard card. It's like it is a sideboard card because it's not that great, other than you know. So they could have Hammer, which is scary. Hammergorf. So they need Hammer plus Fear here. So let's play this Luris out. And then Bauble. And see what's on top of their deck. Planes, you can keep that. And then we just attack this Tarmogoyf, and then they hammer with blocks, and they hammer with blocks. Oh. Which is fine. Because we just bring it back with lures, and they're going to draw planes. So like this is actually just not that bad. Because we just get this engine going, it's like perfectly fine. And they attack. I could actually just take this attack too if I really, really wanted to. Sure. Like them attacking here is going to be very good for us, actually. Mm-hmm. I think we just take all these to the chin. Because we crack back for lethal-ish, lethal-ish. Oh, okay, not. They just pump here. So we go to 7, in fact. How about a removal spell? Gosh darn it. How's it going, Chris? So we could go Lingering Souls plus Hex Drinker. So I think we bobble here, see what they're going to draw. Hopefully it's irrelevant. And then we just chump block with our respective souls. Yeah, so we bobble. Bobble's fine. They can draw a bobble. That's essentially a blank card, if anything. So let's just flashback. Lingering Souls. And play Hex Drinker here. Gain some life back, if anything. So now they face lethal on the crackback. That was a good draw. That was a very, very good draw. So let's see how they attack. Probably EE for 1. If I EE for 1, that means I'm going to chump this Hex Drinker on this Ornithopter. Yep. They're targeting themselves. Interesting. Which makes sense, I guess, because they want to know if they could attack or not, which I don't think they can. Yep. Are they going to time out? They have 2.5 minutes left. It's a close game. Oh, Chris, did you raid me? I I did get a notification. I must have just missed it. Oh, you're hosting me. Thank you for the raid, Chris. Sorry, I was so focused in this game, I didn't even realize you raided me. Appreciate the raid as always. And Dark Shrooms, thank you for the follow. I guess my headphones just muted it. Apologies, apologies, and thank you so much. Huh. Okay. So I don't know what they're going to draw, but it must be a blank because they didn't attack, right? That's how, what we can infer from them not attacking is when they animate the ink moth and then not attacked. Ooh, okay, that makes me feel a lot better about this. So I think we bubble them again. I don't think we want to bring this Tarmogoyf back. Pure Steel Paladin. So if we attack all out, they go block, 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 take 3. We're just getting stuck on mana essentially, which sucks. I kind of want to just play EE for 1 out and just play it super safe. Yeah, I kind of want to do that. Just EE for 1. And I guess I'm okay with them drawing the Paladin. Yeah, I think I'm okay with them drawing the Paladin. And I just pass. And then we can't attack with the spirits because they could just chump there, so I think we win the long game. Obviously with our lowest bobble engine here. And then end of turn we can pop this and then crack back. Hopefully they don't have equipment left over in their hand, so they don't just start chaining. Okay, that's fine. Because that just means they're not going to attack. Let's just blow up the world now. Oh, E again, so good. I think we bobble again. And then I think we play Tarmogoyf here. If they don't draw another Inkmoth Nexus is interesting. I think we play out this Tarmogoyf here. Because this essentially means that, like, I'm not scared of getting cheesed out here. So I'll just play the Spell Bomb too, just to get my cards out. Because I'm going to start attacking this Tarmogoyf, essentially. Like, this Tarmogoyf is going to be by WinCon, and it puts them in the best. Excuse me. It's crazy how we haven't drawn our 4th land yet. Thank you. Like, we're just getting so stuck on, like, what we can do. Our opponent's also just going to time out. Sure. Excuse me. So we're going to double block both. Here. And then they can make one trade here, but then we kill the other one. decay. So decay. I guess we just bring this back too, just to see what they're gonna do. Planes, perfect. Okay, this. Push this black. So we're one short of lethal essentially. So we're just gonna attack here. Cool. I guess it's just free to play this out. To draw planes. And then we're just gonna push this and we just win the game. This is a crazy game. In terms of time. Cool. That was a slog. I have an Abzan Stoneblade deck and paper. I love Fair Magic. I am in love with Abzan, as always. I'm known as the Abzan guy, so welcome to the channel. Squaller time. I don't know if this is your first time or your second time here. Third time, but welcome. Welcome everyone for Chris's channel. Sorry, I was kind of focused on the match because I know I was kind of low on time, but welcome everyone. My name is Kevin. My username is KO Diamonds. I stream specifically Abzan. Abzan Stoneblade is my baby here. I've been kind of tuning it and playing it for essentially for forever. I do dabble with like Abzan Heliod every now and then with like the green white shell splashing black for Veto for the brand essentially, but I also think Veto is just a good fit in that deck. If you guys want to support the channel, you guys can hit that follow button that some of you have already done. That would mean a lot to me, trying to hit 500 followers, and as you can see on the goal on the bottom right, and very, very, very close. So it would mean a lot to me if you guys hit that follow button. If you guys want to look at my past streams of Abzan content, whether it's Stoneblade or Abzan Heliod, you guys can go to my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/KODiamonds. And then if you guys want to look at my past, not really my past, like my future posts about when I'm going to stream next, you guys can follow me on Twitter. It's twitter.com/KODiamonds22. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Just give me another minute. I'm going to get some water, and then I'm going to finish the league here. Give me a second. I play 2x Kaya's Gallant 1 Scoos, having mainboard graveyard is very strong. Yeah, so I don't know if your Abzan Stoneblade list has Luris in it, but I think this Luris engine is just so powerful. I just literally saw, I don't know if, like, the tail end of that game, I was just literally just accruing card advantage. Like, being able to get that information with Bobble too is just so clutch. And as you saw with like this Ashok too, like I just had my build my own like Jace Fate Seal engine going, where like I look at the top of the deck and then oh crap, I don't want you to draw that card. Just I'll just mill Ashok. Like that combo is just so good. I did that against Amulet Titan last stream and it was just literally won me the game. I'm playing 2 hurlers. I honestly think 3 is probably the best. I don't know. I guess it depends on your build and how the rest of your deck is shaped out. But I think I'd be interested to see your list. The lures are just so powerful. I think I want 3. And the only reason I'm not running 4 is because it's a legendary. You kind of don't want that redundancy either. And plus it's a 3 drop, so the deck is kind of clunky. Like this deck is kind of, I was trying to be as low to the ground as possible. And Lingering Souls is not low to the ground at all. It's like the opposite of being low to the ground. So that's why I think the Luris is very, very good. And I think you should run 3 if you can have room for it. I guess, again, it depends on your build too. But I think 3 Luris is the good number for me personally. It's just so powerful. And like if you're running 4 baubles, like you want a payoff off of it. Because otherwise, it's just like, yeah, you have the Scry effect. Yeah, it grows Tarmogoyf. But like with Luris, it just makes Bauble just so good. So. So I said in the beginning when I just started my stream that I was aiming for a lot of Dredge. But hasn't been a lot of Dredge. So. That I've run into. Maybe people haven't realized that it won the Super Q yet. So maybe that's why. But. What? That's crazy. If you're running 2 layers, I really do think you should run Mishra's Bauble. It's just so good. It's so good. I played the wrong land. This should have been. I should have played the Heath. Let's see if I get punished here. Secret Quest is like ad nauseam, maybe? If it's ad nauseam, I'm gonna get a sort of Feast and Famine. Oh, we're against spirits. Oh, fuck. I fucked up. I wanted a white source with Stoneforge Mystic. Oh, that's so annoying. I just, like, was focusing on chat and just, like, missed it. Oh, that's so annoying. I wanted to play Stoneforge Mystic. Ugh. I wanted to get Goggle Shrine, and I just clicked the wrong land. I guess we just hold up Decay here. That's really awkward. Because now they can just play Rattle Chains on the end step, and then we just totally lose a whole turn. Gosh damn it. Oh, that's so annoying, because we could have gotten a Batter Skull here, and then they're kind of behind the 8 ball. I think you still make that play, though. We're at 14 now. Gosh, darn it. That's... might be game losing. I mean, luckily we can get behind a Spell Queller here. Get a Batter Skull. Hopefully we draw another land. Because if we draw another land, we can go Decay plus... Oh, yeah, they have the chains. If we draw another land, we can go hold up Decay and Flash and Batter Skull and not have to do both. And if they have third land for Spell Queller, then we can just ignore Spell Queller essentially. Ugh. Yeah, so see, we could have had a Batter Skull Flash in this turn. So gross. I guess we just have to Liliana them. We could also just Tarmogoyf hold up Decay, but I think I want to... What's a Liliana here? I could also just Decay... So I get Decay plus Goyf or Liliana. Thing is, do I want to end step this decay? And play into a spell queller? I guess the late game is to end up just getting this Batter Skull down. If they play a lore, then like that's okay. Yeah, I think I just decay now. Decay the chains now and play Goyf. Kind of be able to protect our life total from this apparition here. And the next turn, if we draw a land, we can just hardcast this Batter Skull. Ugh, I'm so mad about that stupid Stoneforge Mystic play. Okay, so they... Another apparition? Oh, okay, that's fine. So they're not holding out Spell Color, which is good. Okay. So we're gonna... Oof. Batter Skull is definitely enticing here. I think Batter Skull is definitely the play, I think. They definitely don't have Spell Queller in hand. I think they would want to hold it up. And I think we want to get the life gain back. Because like we're just keep taking 4 turn. And I think this is a... I guess that's not a free attack. Let's attack here. Because like this time we're not gonna block. This they're not gonna... Oh, okay, sure. I mean, if they're gonna spend their... Essentially their combats tapping my creatures down, I think I'm okay with it. Or we could just die here. Okay. Oh my god. So we actually need spot removal in this spot. Oh, okay. I got spot removal here. But too bad they're gonna tap this germ down. Yeah, I think that one turn with Stoneforge just really cost me. It's unfortunate. Let's see if they misclick and sacrifice one of these. Yep. Ooh. So we're just dead though, right? Kill this. 2, 4, 5, 6. Not getting that Stoneforge Mystic on is really bad. Oh well. Shake it off. Let's go to game 2. Explosives. Guile and Soul seems good maybes here. Linval is actually interesting because it does stop Shacklegeist and can block in the air. I think we just board out these graveyard spells. Liliana's kind of lackluster, but I can see like trimming a Stoneforge and a Sword and Feast and Famine. And then like Hex Drinker. Keeping the Liliana's on the play. Let's do that. Maybe Linvalas are okay, but I think we want the discard spells as well. Let's just do that. Oh, that's so frustrating. Oh well. Stop when you get distracted. You play. That's just annoying. Okay, well that's shitty. Okay, it happens. Yeah, just gotta brush it off. I don't think we can go to 5. We have interaction with souls. This hand's so bad. This is not gonna win the game, but I don't think a 5 is gonna win the game either. You should hope they mulligan and we have a shot. Essentially, they kept 7, so we have to keep the 6. Probably bottom of fetch. I guess we can cast our spells this game. That's a good way to look at it. Spell Queller, Supreme Phantom, Mausoleum Wanderer. I think we just take the Lord here. They go Wanderer. We do take the most immediate damage off the Wanderer, but I think you do want to just take the Lord. It just makes all their other cards way better. Cavern. Wanderer. Okay. Yeah, we just keep drawing lands. You know, that's the gameplay we drew up, right? Another cavern. Okay. Gonna get Triumph here. And hopefully this Lingering Souls resolves. Jesus. I don't really play Cabrera, and I used to play Bananas, but you know, COVID. My breakdown from your I am playing 2 Giver, Hex Drinker, Chevelle. So how is Chevelle? Because I've seen like it in lists and stuff, and it's very interesting. Like, it seems like it's so slow and it requires a lot of things to line up to get the engine built around. But like, I saw a recent rock list actually, top 8 a challenge, which is interesting. Ugh, this Luris is kind of dead. I don't want to flash my Living Souls into a spell color though. I could see them just flashing this in an end step anyway. So I think we just pass here. Kind of want to discard spell or a removal or a fatal push, some sort of removal spell just to get this going. Like, would Shovel be good in this matchup where like we're gonna try to kill their dudes anyway? But it's like, it's so, well, I guess this is kind of a bad example because like they can like give everything hexproof and stuff. But it just seems awkward in my opinion. I might be wrong. I might just be not assessing the card correctly, but like, I don't know. It just seems awkward to me. Like, a lot of things have to line up for it to be good. These Lingering Souls are like literally holding the fort down. So I guess we flash this back and then we can try to Liliana them. I don't see another time where this will be any better. Okay. If that's the case, I'm just not going to do anything. Is it kind of like Cletus? Where like Cletus doesn't look like it can grind well, but like it actually does grind very, very well. I guess it's kind of like that, huh? Okay, so they have 2 Quellers and Unknown. So we're gonna Liliana, hope this gets quellered, and then we can play the sword out. You like Brownsley? Let's go Browns. Let's go Browns. Okay. Yet to be more would be good. Bringing him back with Luris is sweet. That's true. I could see him being kind of good with Luris. And now we're going to play a sword out here. Hopefully we can start machine gunning these spirits. You have to play more when we go. Is it a die trigger or is it leave the battlefield trigger? Because then I guess you wouldn't play path, right? You would play like more pushes. Okay, that was a little late, I guess, for that. But so that's spell caller unknown. Excuse me. Sorry if that was loud. Yeah, that makes sense. It all makes sense. Okay, so they're cracking here, so they could potentially not leave a canopy or a spell caller. Interesting. So they have a lord. If they have a lord, how dead are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus 5 is 13. Do we just quad block the Queller here? If they go Lord, we lose a spirit. But then we get a Liliana back and we can just start dealing with the board. We could just quad block the Queller, but then we lose 3 of our spirits. I could also see just blocking. Well, all their spirits have flash because of rattle chains. I could also just like quadruple block this guy. And then we take 6, 9, 10, 11. I think that's the safest line. Just go like this. If they have a lord, we're kind of in deep shit, but I don't think we can. Like, we need these spirits alive, essentially. Okay, cool. That's perfect. Because then now we'll just equip the sword to a spirit. Attack. Probably kill the cleric here because it's a card that we can't attack through. Yeah, we just don't want to play into a spell caller. Oh, they have the path. Oh no. Oh, okay. Okay. That's fine. They just jump here. That's fine. And then I will play Stoneforge Mystic, get Batter Skull, and then move the sword over to another spirit. And then we just have profitable blocks from there. So now we kind of put them in the abyss also. Oh, did they just concede? Or is my moto freezing? Okay, cool. Cool. I can also just like flash in Batterskull, equip Batterskull to a spirit, to another spirit, and attack that way too. That's also another line. I just forced it to have more removal. I think you just run it back. Wow, that was a very we went to 6 with Inquisition plus Lingering Souls, and we won that game. Like that soul Lingering Souls just like shut the door on that deck. That's hilarious. Let's go Lingering Souls. Hell yeah! It was just only in the front half, and then just baiting. Like, you could tell they really wanted to squalor the second half of the souls, and we were just so patient, and that patience really paid off. I think we just run this back. Lilianas are a little worse on the draw, but hopefully we can lean on like our cheaper interactions and go from there. Um, this hand relies entirely on Batterskull. I think we want a little bit more interaction, a discard spell or a push or something. They kept 7 too. Like if we can think this Batterskull can win the game, sure, but like I think we just need a better hand. Like this. This is like the ideal, like, let's go. Like I think I bottom this bauble here. Let's go discard +2. I could also see an argument for bottoming my land. I'm actually kind of inclined to bottom a land here. Actually, I think the correct thing is bottom a land, so that we can get this artifact if we top deck a Luris, and then we can like do the bauble trick here. The bottom of the land I think is correct. Aether Vial is an interesting turn 1 play. Good job by them. We just also just draw a land like a Luxac, so that's great. Redraw. We reveal Marsh Flats. I don't want Marsh Flats. So let's get an Overgrown Tomb. We actually want the Overgrown this time, unlike game 1. So this hand is pretty set up nicely. Phantom, Captain. I think we just take the Captain here. It's a card that gives hexproof. We can just kind of proactively ignore the Lords. I can also see a line where we just decay the Vial here. Ooh. I kind of like decaying Vial here. Yeah, like there's actually like they can actually overload us, and like we actually kind of don't care about these Lords currently because like they're just kind of a low power. So I think I just want to decay the Vial here, and then start getting value off this Luris. Oh, they have a 1-drop? No way. Damn it. It's not the end of the world, but so with this point here, we kind of need a sweeper. Tarmogoyf. I don't think so. Maybe they're holding up Rattle Chains. So do we want to get this Luris engine going? I kind of want to play this Tarmogoyf, bait the Apparition. We also just lurse, get Bauble back, and get our engine going that way. Which forces the apparition here. The thing is, do you think we want to push this turn? I think the answer is no, because that's the most mana efficient. So I think we go Lurse, bring back Bauble, and pass. Because they're stuck on lands here. So if they don't draw the third land, then we just snowball out of control here. I have a feeling they have Rattle Chains. Yeah, easy Rattle Chains. So we take 6. That's unfortunate. Okay, so they drew the land. So they kind of need to apparition our guy. Oh boy, so we need a sweeper here. So they could also just play another Lord. That's actually pretty good. So we literally need Engineer's Explosives off the top. That'd be great. So we take 6. Mega yikes. Explosives. Liliana of the Veil. I think we just veil them here. Probably sack the spirit here. Ooh, okay, they give us that. They have another Supreme Phantom, so we're just dead? Yeah, we're just dead. Maybe I was supposed to plus? No, that can't be right. Oh, I should have pushed the rattle. It doesn't matter, actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this Verdant Catacombs actually makes us dead, though. Yeah, the spirit, the illusion doesn't have flying, so we're actually just dead. Because they can just flash this phantom in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Unfortunate. Yeah, I guess the King of the Vial was wrong. Yeah, looking back on it, maybe the King of the Vial was wrong. Because we just need to deal with the threats. But we also just we are also kind of stuck on mana too. I guess the turn we cast Lurrus, we could have decayed the Lord. Or just literally any of the creatures. Yeah, I guess, so decaying the Lord was definitely the misplay there. Or decaying the Vial, sorry. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunate. This is a great matchup too, but... Okay, so we can go Thoughtseize into Hexdrinker into Liliana of the Veil. Darn. Because we could just decay... They just have one less creature. I don't know how... I guess it would really depend on the top of our deck too. Because, like, they still have all the stuff in the air. Like, they would have one less creature, but, like... We would still need a lot of help. Oh, so it's blue-red Prowess. So we'll take the Swiss Sphere, and then next turn we can Thoughtseize the Bolt away, and then play a Hexdrinker out. Steam Vents tapped. Awesome. So that means we can take their lightning bolt without taking damage too. So we'll Thoughtseize here. Ugh, double lightning bolt. I guess I'll just play the X-Shrinker out. Get it bolted. Their hand is really bad. They're kind of all in that Swiss sphere, which is kind of funny. Ooh, okay. Okay. Yep. And I could see them kind of going in all in here on the growth if they really wanted to. They don't. I'm just going to destroy them there. Hopefully they don't draw a 1 mana case creature. We still need another threat here. Lurrus would be fantastic. Okay, that's the card they drew off the top. Okay. Do this. So let's bobble ourselves Marsh Flats. I'm going to fetch a Triumph here. Okay, got a threat. We have our threat. Ooh, they're going to cash in the Lava Dart and kill Alana. Seems like a good plan to me. Okay. Marsh Flats. I think I want to hold the land just to bluff. Okay. And also just hold it if we draw another bauble. Liliana's a great draw. Let's just plus here. This is the good old BGX plan to the T. Good old BGX right here. Perfect. Okay. So I got blue-red. It looks like Kai's Gao seems very good. Explosives as well as Lingering Soul seems pretty decent here. They didn't show like Bedlam Reveler or anything. All we really saw was like Monosay Swiss Sphere with like Mutagenic Growth, Lava Dart, and Lightning Bolt. So we don't have an intel on like the way the rest of the deck kind of shapes out. I think like what we can do is we could probably cut the Yard Hate with the Cling and the Spell Bomb, because if they're on Reveler, then maybe we can bring the Spell Bomb second, but right now it's kind of loose, I think. I think we can board out Feast of Famine, Trim of Stone Forge, and then board out the Hexdrinker because of Lava Dart. I think that's pretty clean. I think this is pretty clean here. Yeah, I think this is pretty clean. Yeah, let's just go like this. I think we have to be a little bit more cognizant of Blood Moon postboard. We'll see. Which we can play around Blood Moon here. We can go Swamp, Marshflat, Swamp, Thoughtseize, and then Basic Forest, Catacombs. Wow. They don't have a 1-drop. That's fantastic for us. So we'll go Swamp. I don't know how many of the blue red lists run. Um, Blood Moon, but I think it's just safer to do this. They could go all in on this Sprite Dragon, which is kind of scary. I think we actually just take the Spyro here just because it's the card that can refill their hand. The back half is kind of annoying, but I think it's a card that refuels their hand after they just dump all their cards into the Sprite Dragon. Pyro, yeah, I agree with you. I wish I could read. I agree with you. That card literally reads Divination on a 2-drop. It's like it's literally Mole Drifter without evoking it, so it's like pretty good. Okay. So the thing is like, how much do we want to respect Spell Pierce here? Because if we're going to push the Sprite Dragon anyway, I'd rather just push it now and then call it a day. The other option is we could also have them just go all in on this Sprite Dragon. And then we can push it. So they can like dart us, gutshot us, spend their Manamorphose. Versus like if we push now, like they're not going to expel all their resources into it. The way our hand is lined up and the way their hand is lined up, I can see just playing the safer play and just pushing it, and then we cast a Tarmogoyf the following turn, and we're just like worlds ahead. But then like any top deck means like all these cards are also just that much better. So I think I'm gonna go with the higher ceiling play. You think pushing now? I guess the safer play is to push this now and just spell Pierce, I think. You're probably right. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Hopefully we don't get Blood Mooned here. That's the thing. If we get Blood Mooned here, that's going to be awkward. If they Manamorphose... Okay. So they Manamorphose, and they just pass a turn. Obviously that'd be the best. They have another Manamorphose, that's fine. They could also just Stormy Entity here. So 3 unknown, Gutshot, Lava Dart. Wow, they have nothing. So, do we get cheesed out and play around Blood Moon? I think we just get basic Forest here because I feel like that's the only way we lose this game. And like we just play the Blooming Marsh next turn tapped, and then like there's no 4-drop that we have, right? So like we can just play Blooming Marsh, Tarmogoyf. The only way we get punished is if we draw a literal Abrupt Decay. But I think I'll take that chances versus just losing on the spot versus Blood Moon here. I guess we don't lose on the spot. Like, because we can eventually hardcast his Barrow Skull, but like it's gonna be tough. Like, I'd rather just be able to cast my spells. Like, I'd rather be able to just for sure play my Tarmogoyf next turn than not. Sweet. So they're just like drawing blanks, literal blanks. We can also just go double Goyf. That's also just fantastic here. Because then we just have lethal. Yes. Let's just do this. They could also just go like, I guess they can't do like Sprite Dragon and have the nut. They could go like Sprite Dragon with like all these mutagenic growths with Gutshot. But they would have to have the perfect hand, and playing the Bloom Marsh first before Barrow Skull doesn't do anything, so. Okay, so they are passing the turn. Okay. Are they gonna spend Lava Dart, Gutshot plus Bolting 1? Okay. Okay. They still have to sack this land here. Oh, they're just gonna gut shot. That's fair. So, do we want to fetch shock for this batter skull? I kind of don't want to, in case they just have the nut. Like, they literally spent, you know, the whole 2 cards on it just to deal with 1 Goyf. I think I kind of wanted to, like, preserve my life total awkwardly, just in case they have literally the nut of, like, Sprite Dragon. Well, I guess they can't even cast the land with this. Like, this is literally unplayable. Or unusable here. Yeah, exactly. I think, like, this, we're just so ahead, and, like, this land is essentially stone rained, that it's just better just to play it safe and not just take a random bolt. Because that bolt could literally be the nail in the coffin for us. I mean, it sucks that, like, my play on turn 3 kind of costs us essentially the tempo, but, like, I think that's still the correct play. Just to, like, we're playing around what we can lose to, and it's like you can't play in this kind of situation where, like, yeah, I drew the Goy, so it's like, okay, well then I kind of want to play the plains instead of the Blooming Marsh, but I think that was still correct. I think. But classic 3-2 BGX, classic BGX 5-0. That still feels good. I think if I had not been distracted against spirits, we could have easily won that game 1 where we could have played the Stoneforge Mystic on turn 2 and then Bash Skull on turn 3, and then we could have got a hit in with the Bash Skull and they're on the front, and they're on the back foot. But them not casting the us not casting the Stoneforge on turn, I think really cost out that tempo, and I think that's really the main reason why we just threw that game away literally. But that's kind of the stream life with streaming and playing. The distraction factor is real, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I can't complain with the 3-2 with a tier 4 deck like Abzan Stoneblade. Like I said, so this is a list again. I know Dredge just won the PTQ. So I was actually expecting an uptick in Dredge, but maybe not enough people realized that it won just yet, because it literally just won last night. So I guess if you're not paying attention to Twitter actively, then you don't really know that Dredge won. But that's kind of why I kind of changed up the sideboard a little bit. So I know I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, but the changes away from the last stream is I cut up Pithing Needle, because the top 4 of the showcase was Dredge, Oops, Blue-White Spirits, which we saw Blue-White Spirits, which is cool, and Ad Nauseam. And Pithing Needle only really stops Belcher out of all of those 4 decks. And Dredge and both Oops are running Leyline in the sideboard, and Leyline just completely stonewalls Spellbomb. So I like the Spellbomb main just because it can cantrip and exile the graveyard against, like, Mystic Sanctuary decks and Uro decks. But I think I have the 2 Soul Guide Lanterns postboard because it is less vulnerable to Leyline Ascendancy. That's kind of why I have that split there. That's the only real change I made. But I think with those top decks, I think this is how I would adjust to the meta, or the meta that I foresee. So maybe I was too quick to jump the gun because it literally just happened yesterday. But I think this is how I'm going to move forward with the meta online moving forward. Hopefully there's less blue. I don't need this many chokes, hopefully. But I think the Guide Teak is still good. Like, against, like, Oops, they have, like, the Graveyard plan with the Belcher plan, right? And with that, we do have a lot of hate. Like, we have Eidolon with that kind of stops the Oops plan. We have Teague that stops Belcher. We have Caterpillar if they want to top, like, just play out the Belcher. So we have, like, game against it. So people are getting tired of Uro. I don't think that's really the case. I think Uro is just really, 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 really good. I think the blind spot for these Uro decks, because, like, these Uro decks are trying to beat other Uro decks, right? And if that's the case, then combo can go just right under them, because, like, you kind of want to play the bigger value plan if you're trying to beat the other blue decks. You want to go more, you're like aim towards the late game with Field the Dead, because, like, you want to get to that point. But if you're trying to, it's kind of like an arms race where you're trying to beat the mirror, but then if you're trying to beat the mirror, then the combo goes under. Time to bring back Koro's Vengeance. You should. Are you streaming, Andrea? I'm looking for someone to raid. So if you're streaming, I'm gonna totally just send the love back over to you. But if not, I'm trying to find someone else. If there's anyone that people are trying to that I suggest to spread the love to, let me know and I can point them out. I'm trying to raid smaller streamers. I don't want to raid someone who has a lot of viewers because I like to support the smaller people. I'm half asleep. Yeah, I know. The reason why I'm streaming this early is because I wanted to get the stream in and then grab lunch with my girlfriend and then watch a little bit of football. So and I didn't want to stream after that because I wanted to hang out with my girlfriend in the evening. So I'm trying to the first half of the stream was kind of rough to say the least. I could rate Nikachu. Nikachu also has a lot of viewers though, so it's like I kind of wanted to again stream someone who doesn't have that many viewers, but it's hard to see someone. This person has a Siege Rhino emote or avatar here, so I'm kind of maybe leaning towards this person. 21 viewers because Nikachu has like over 100, right? I follow Nikachu too. He's a great streamer. Where'd he go? This is one of my brows. That's probably why he's not showing up. I could send the love his way if that's where you guys want to go. 69 viewers. We can just raid Nikachu. As long as there's no one else anyone else wants to stay for the raid. Other than that, I really appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you guys want to again support that channel, please hit that follow button. I would really, really, really appreciate it. As you can see in the bottom right corner, my follower goal is 500 and we're so close. We just need 20 more. So if you guys haven't already, please support the channel and hit that follow button. Other than that, you guys can check out my old YouTube content. That's where I post all my past streams. It's youtube.com/KO Diamonds. And then if you guys want stream updates on when I'm going to stream, you guys can follow me on Twitter. It's twitter.com/KO Diamonds22. Other than that, I think my next stream will actually be tomorrow. Martin Luther King Day means I don't work tomorrow, which is awesome. Catch up 5665. Thank you for the follow. Really, 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 really appreciate it. So yeah, so if my usual schedule is Tuesdays and one day in the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, which would have been today. But since tomorrow I have the day off, I'm gonna try to squeeze a stream in after lunch since my girlfriend is working. So I'm just gonna try to squeeze a league in there. Other than that, everyone take care. Have a great weekend. And I hope you guys stay safe and stay healthy. And I hope to catch you guys next time. As my OBS is lagging, I can't really raid. There we go. But yeah, other than that, appreciate everyone for tuning in. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to catch you guys next time.